New at 6, new clues in a murder mystery that's haunted a family in Walker Homes for more than 2 years now. A father gunned down inside his car, his SUV set on fire.
Only on 5 tonight, a lead investigator says Memphis police now have new information about what happened before the killing, but they need your help in identifying who killed Curtis Cochran. Jerry Askin reports.
It's hard just waking up every day and knowing you would never see him again.
Each day brings new tears for Victoria Cochran.
It's hard to try to stay strong for my kids. It's so hard. I can't be strong for myself.
Her strength shattered the evening of January 3rd, 2023. The night someone shot her husband, Curtis Cochran, inside his car and then set the Lincoln SUV on fire.
We just want to know what happened. Like, is it that serious? Was it that serious?
Victoria asked that we not show her face, but she and her family are desperate for answers. Investigators say Curtis was killed around 10 p.m., less than a quarter mile from his home in the Walker Homes area. Victoria said her husband, who worked at a nearby warehouse, had just left home to run an errand.
Maybe somebody saw something, they heard something, they know something, so say something.
By his wife's account, Curtis was the life of the party, a big New York Giants fan who loved to cook and he loved his family.
He was a father, he was a husband, he was a son, he was a cousin, he was a big brother. He was everything to us. Oh my God, he was just the person I had been waiting for my whole life. And I had finally found him, and then he was taken away.
We do believe that he, the killer, set up on either one of these corners and probably in an ambush style murder Mr. Cochran.
Memphis Police Sergeant Kadir Smith rushed to the scene the night Curtis Cochran died.
In this area on this street, there were shell casings.
Yes, we had approximately 28 9mm shell casings all in this area right here.
He said Cochran was shot 9 times. His car then was set on fire near these 2 trees.
Just being sprayed off from being engulfed in flames, you can still see the smoke and everything.
Why would someone want to target him?
And that's a great question. That's exactly the kind of information that we hope that this piece will generate.
Sergeant Smith says they have not received any tips that would lead them to catching a killer, and no witnesses have come forward over the past 2 years. But for the first time, we're learning what took place hours before Cochran was murdered.
One of the main things that we found out during the course of the investigation that earlier in the day, there was a incident that transpired.
And from what you can share, was it a verbal altercation? Was it a fight? What happened hours before he was killed?
It was a verbal altercation. Yes,
people he knew?
Earlier that day. And there was people that he did not know.
Detectives say one of the hardest parts, there are no video cameras in this area that can help them in this investigation. The nearest Skycop camera is this one here, about 200 yards from the scene.
It makes it extremely difficult because you have no visualization of what happened. The smallest piece of evidence that we could get will allow us to run with it and build upon that and hopefully get someone in custody for this murder.
Maybe then the nightmares would stop for Victoria Cochran.
What's been the hardest part of all this for you these past 2 years?
It's just hard, like reliving that night, waking up in the middle of the night, just not having him here. It might be nothing to you, but it might be the break that we're looking for, the break that will heal our broken hearts. I mean, it's not going to bring Curtis back, but it will give us closure. It will help to sleep better at night.
In Southwest Memphis, I'm Jerry Askin, Action News 5.